In a move that's turning heads from Washington to Moscow, Russians are hailing President Putin's surprise invitation to Alaska, a meeting they see as a diplomatic triumph. But behind the smiles, there's an unyielding message. On Ukraine, there will be no retreat.
Good morning. A recent comment by Russian President Vladimir Putin about Alaska has drawn cheers from some Russians. But experts say it signals no change in Moscow's headline stance on Ukraine. We break down the latest Putin's remark, made at a Moscow forum, was likely rhetorical, but it resonated with nationalist audiences. Meanwhile, the Kremlin insists it has no real territorial ambitions toward Alaska. Analysts say the Alaska quip distracts from Russia's struggles in Ukraine, where its forces face heavy resistance. Despite Western aid delays, Kyiv maintains defensive lines. The U.S. has dismissed Putin's Alaska comment as saber-rattling, while reaffirming support for Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken warned against any Russian escalation.
In a surprising development, U.S. President Donald Trump has invited Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet in Alaska, a location heavy with historical meaning and geopolitical nuance.
Russian citizen says, Putin is strong. Maybe Alaska comes back one day. But first, we finish the job in Ukraine. Zelensky responded by thanking European allies in a post on X on Sunday. The end of the war must be fair, and I am grateful to everyone who stands with Ukraine and our people.
Alaska was once part of Russia. Let's not get heated, but there are historical claims. Putin's remark, made at a Moscow forum, was likely rhetorical, but it resonated with nationalist audiences. Meanwhile, the Kremlin insists it has no real territorial ambitions toward Alaska. Analysts say the Alaska quip distracts from Russia's struggles in Ukraine, where its forces face heavy resistance. Despite Western aid delays, Kyiv maintains defensive lines.
Ukrainian President Zelensky has bluntly rejected any territorial swaps. No second partition, he said. European leaders echo the sentiment. Peace talks must include Ukraine, with its sovereignty intact. Zelensky demands inclusion and protection of territorial integrity.
Looking ahead, the interplay between symbolic gestures like the Alaska comments and the entrenched positions on Ukraine will likely continue to shape the geopolitical narrative. The international community remains focused on de-escalating the conflict and seeking a diplomatic solution, but the prevailing sentiments within Russia suggest a long and challenging road ahead. The unwavering public support for President Putin's policies, as evidenced by the reaction to the Alaska remarks and the stance on Ukraine, complexities of this ongoing crisis.
As Trump and Putin prepare for their face-to-face, all eyes turn to whether this summit will deliver peace or merely repack age-old tensions under the guise of diplomacy, leaving Ukraine to pick up the pieces.